All right, we are trying out some pre-modern. This just got added to Mtgo, so playing with a friend. And we are playing some Oath of Druids Land Destruction. This looks like a keep, I guess. We got turn 2 LD. Probably don't need the second naturalize. Honestly, I don't know much about this format, but we're messing around having fun. I assume most people that are checking this out also don't know what's going on, but just old. It's called pre-modern. It's just old Magic stuff. I think it's like after beta, and then all the sets before modern, something like that. It has its own ban list. I'm not even really sure what's on there, but looks like we're playing against a blue deck, which is probably not a great matchup. We'll have to see. Do I want a Mox Diamond? I don't really think I need all these lands anyway. I could port first. I could port instead of just jamming the grasp, but I'm still getting counterspelled either way. Do I want 2 ports or do I want the foothills? I know what most of these cards do because I used to play a lot of Cube like 5 or 10 years ago. But they're definitely going to be cards where I'm like, I have no idea what that is or what that does. All right. So we get the LD, round 2. So not something you see very often. I don't know if 3-mana land destruction would even be playable in standard anymore, but I do think it's a pretty reasonable thing to just not print it. It's not very fun. All right, here you go. So I believe our deck is trying to oath into a creature that its stats is equal to the lands in graveyards. So you can oath mill your deck and then just have a big giant thingy. I don't really know what my opponent's playing. I just know that it probably has counter spells and clearly has card draw. Earthquake. We'll do beatdowns. An upkeep stop for our port. I could double tap lands, but this goes to both players' face, I believe. X damage to each creature without flying and each player. So this could be a potential finisher. They have black in their deck. All right. Duress. Okay, well. My hand is not great. I assume I'm losing the Earthquake. I don't know if Naturalize even does anything against their deck. What do you do? Die. Die, die, die. This is this is quite the gaming. I don't know how to feel about this so far, but we'll try some other decks too. Alright, gosh. Ooh, okay, okay. That's a draw 2. I guess they didn't have to do that in response, right? Doesn't matter. Cleanup. But maybe there's like a blue-black reanimator deck. I'm not really sure if like Zombify could be legal. I have no idea. Okay. Keep doing beatdowns. I don't know. I don't know if this is the game that's gonna sell everyone on the format. But to each their own. Definitely slower than standard, I'll give you that much. Okay, so my opponent has to have a creature. At the beginning of each push upkeep, it chooses. Yeah, so do I want to sandbag this or do I want to resolve it? I guess I want to resolve it. Entirely sure. I'll keep hitting them. We're really just dealing 21 with the Treetop Village? Is that where we're at? Alright, another cantrip. Sure. Still have these naturalizes I've had from the jump. Just terror? Maybe terror's legal? Smother, okay. So I guess it's just control. Maybe this is just blue-black control. I don't really know what the win condition is going to be. Just some random idiot. Maybe there's some mill card. Maybe it's curse scroll. Okay. Yeah, we're probably dead here, right? Gonna ask what the win condition is. Well, I guess we're just gonna keep playing because neither of us really know what the hell is supposed to happen here. My guess is that they're just gonna draw enough cards. Counterspell. Okay. They're gonna draw enough cards. Did I just play this? Um that they can beat whatever I get off Oath. But so I'm just playing towards more creature lands. They need to answer all the creature lands. I don't know if their deck has a wasteland in it. Honestly, yeah, okay. We'll take it. Okay, so this is just grindy blue. Like, I guess it's just blue-black Psychic Talk, which I don't really know if that they have upheaval. I don't know exactly what all that means. So I think I want the Pyroblast stuff. What does Powder Keg do? During your upkeep, to counter, sacrifice to destroy each artifact and creature. So this is a Ratchet Bomb. For all non-aura enchantments. So the bottom card of target player's graveyard sacrifices exile target card from a graveyard. Well, I think it's just blue-black control. I guess these are okay versus accumulated stuff. Call the Herd is probably good enough in a grindy matchup. And do I care about the LD as much? Pyroclasm seems terrible. Naturalize seems terrible. Could take out Mox Diamond. I could take out an Oath, maybe. I think I'm just going to trim on LD and still have Oath to check Psychotog. But their curve is so low, they're going to find extra lands off cantrips. And I don't know. I don't know how important the LD plan is going to be. Maybe they just don't have enough black sources. I mean, we still obviously have a bunch of LD. This is really funny. Sure. Maybe it's a loose keep, but we are on the draw. We have a sphere on 2. And then I can just port them a lot. But yeah, this is not this is not I don't know if the first deck I tried probably should have tried something that's maybe a little more fun than Sphere of Resistance plus Rashad Import plus Land Destruction. Alright. Fair enough. On the draw we get counterspelled. If a Psychotalk resolves and I don't draw a green source, I might just lose. Nope. Alright, 3-3. I guess Oath Call Herd is a nombo, but I am assuming that my opponent is going to answer my threats. Okay, so there's first knowledge. So it says draw a card equal to... Okay, so the first one's draw 1, the second one's draw 2. Well, that's not a very good draw. Well, I don't have a play here, do I? I guess I'm just porting them. Yeah, maybe I messed up with the way... Like, I just don't know the matchup dynamics enough. Like, maybe the Oath stuff is just too important. Yep. I could have mulliganed my hand, too. I kind of kept the loose one, but we're just messing around. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, obviously. It's definitely a different flavor of Magic than what I'm used to. That is for sure. All right. So now we start chewing on the graveyard. It's not that impressive, but if they do have accumulated knowledge, I guess they can just do it in response, but future ones are going to be worse. Okay, so they have their own Ratchet Bomb. Attack. That does a pretty good job of checking Call Third, but we are doing beatdowns, so... Yeah. I could Mox Diamond the Treetop Village just to have the mana. I get a 3/3 that way. I could also just port them and have Village. I think I just want a bit of everything. And we can try to resolve an Oath here. I think that it's worth, even though it does take away this Call the Herd, but I guess that the way that the decks work in this format is like, I shouldn't have 6. Okay, there's a Psychotog. They have another counter spell is the next question. Okay. What more can I do? I can't really do shit. So this says exile 2 cards from your graveyard. +1/+1. We'll add a turn. Alright, your go. 1 card left. Port your swamp. Yep. So they can chunk me whenever they want. Discard is +1/+1 till end of turn. Let's take 2. Another Mox Diamond is kind of embarrassing, but whatever. Flashback or Call the Herd. Might be a good spot to have gone after their 1 black source. But it's fine. So I can't really block this thing. I can set up block plus Earthquake. Earthquake's for 3? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to eat a card. I think I'm not blocking yet. I think we're in this weird spot where I'm trying to race, hoping they don't find. anything crazy. Portent's really good. I assume all they want here is just more accumulated knowledge. Drawing 2 Mox Diamonds after playing out my lands is pretty awkward. Maybe Mox Diamond's a good card to board out versus these blue decks. Alright, well I can just play my land. I guess Mox Diamond doesn't deal me damage. Sure. Circular Logic by Mox Diamond. What? I actually don't know what Circular Logic does. 1 for each card in your graveyard. Why are you doing that? I don't know why this is happening, but sure. Play another one. Maybe they just want... I don't know. I don't know why that happened. Okay, so this is a... it's plus actually, and a turn. I think... Yeah, it probably doesn't matter that much if I LD. I just want the pressure on the board. Alright, so we're at... So 10 is 5 is 6 damage. Another Circular Logic. Okay, they're out of cards. So this, instant speed. Sacrifice exile target card from a graveyard, draw a card. I could just not port them and just go after... Or no, the thing is gone. Yeah, okay. Alright, tap that. Two card in your 1/1. So they're in a spot where they kind of, like, they need the Tog to beat the Elephant. I don't know if they should be attacking. I don't know if they're winning the race, but... Earthquake for how much currently? Just 5. You're at 4. Passport your swamp. The Tog has to be on defense. I don't think they can kill me. Alright, weird game. Both of us kind of don't really know what we're doing, so apologize in advance. I don't know why the first Mox Diamond got Circular Logic, but it did. But whatever. Weird matchup, weird game. Kind of interesting though. Definitely some old school feels. I'll try to record with a bunch of different decks so we can get a different vibe. Maybe LD wasn't the best first choice, but all right, GG's. All right, another match. Playing some Premodern, this time trying out the rock. Green-black rock. All right, I'm playing Cabal Therapy in a format where I don't know what any of the cards do. Or the name of any of the cards. Let's see how it goes. Okay, what do you do? Solid card. Right, so we've got a removal spell. This is exile X cards for graveyard, draw X. Okay, so this is our Sphinx's Revelation. Okay, hardcast a Root Walla. Do I want to kill that? Not really. You just therapy like survival. Okay, that's what we want. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. Okay, well, I gotta tell him. This could... Alright, so I guess I'm just ignoring this shit? Because if I Cabal Therapy Basking Root Wall, they just get it, right? Into play for free. If I Cabal Therapy Roar of the Worm, it makes it cost 4. So we're going to do nothing. And just pass. How big is this? It's a 6/6. I guess, should I just Vendetta the Root Walla? The biggest these can get is 3. I think we're just going to do nothing. And then try to play a Baloth. Wild Mongrel. Oh, shit. That's a good draw. What does this say? It becomes a color of your choice. So how am I beating this 6/6? I think we're just dead. So they have the lands for it. I'm gonna take 6 when I deal with the 6/6, which means I need the Baloth to block. Baloth can't really block this that well. Alright, well, kind of doomed. Okay, that was a fine draw. Mana value 3 or less. Alright, we'll do nothing. And then start casting. I guess I'm just going to Vendetta the Mongrel. Should have done it on my turn. Was I supposed to Therapy? So once this resolves... Oh, it can turn itself black. It becomes a color of your choice. Damn. This is so awkward. I'm just getting annihilated. I have to Vendetta the Worm. I'm just taking 1 billion damage. So it's supposed to Therapy for the Roar. They just discard Roar in response. I don't do anything. I do have the Therapy in the Graveyard for the Skeletal Shrine, but... Oh, they forgot to discard here. It's kind of awkward for them. So once per turn. I should have Vendetta in response. Whatever. Not a big deal. I think that was a slight misclick. I can just Ravenous Rats to even it out. This isn't a play I would make, but I think they made a misclick and this sort of course corrects it. Confused. Alright, whatever. It's fine. They're messing up a little bit, but I think they still might be able to win this game. So they thought that this had Madness and not the Flashback. So I think they would have just discarded it. So, like, I'm planning on them getting the 6/6, but... We're pumping, we're pumping. I guess I have to Vendetta. I should have responded. Whatever. We're making so many mistakes. Maybe I don't even need to do this. I can just play the Baloth, but... Alright, I'll take my 3. Wall of Blossoms. A nice check. I'm just gonna Therapy this Roar. It should be in the graveyard anyway, and my Therapy's not doing anything, so... Kind of nonsense here, but... It's not that serious. We're just sampling the format. Let's go. Okay, Roar of the Worm. Not a play you should make, kids. And then they have a land. And then I'll pop them for 1. Let's have Trample. No. Just a 6/6. You can chump with the rats. Don't care about any of this. Then I have Deed. So Deed can blow up to 0. Can probably just pop off the land and chump 1 time. Deed says, pay X, sacrifice enchantment, destroy each artifact, creature, and enchantment with mana value X or less. So ideally we draw untap land and we get the 1/1 as well. It's not a big deal because we have the wall checking it. I think I can deed for 0, right? This is a draw 2. I think I'll be able to just win with Baloths. Alright, what am I jumping with? Do I want... I mean, it's just rats, right? The other upside to waiting is they could just draw more threats that I can potentially deed, I guess. Is this sorcery speed? I believe, like I said, I believe I can do X equals 0. Okay, cool. 6/6 down. Would like to scrying for a larger amount than 2, I think. It's going to deal me damage, but that doesn't matter. Dust Bowl, what do you say? Sacrifice land, destroy target non-basic land. That doesn't really matter. What do we want here? Just like recurring night? Not that great. I guess once I get recurring nightmare, I can gain a bunch of life. Through careful study. Grand Coliseum. Enters tapped. Alright, so it's a City of Brass that enters tapped. Could have therapied Circular Logic, I guess. Maybe that would have been worth doing. Still just gonna do nothing. Your go. Alright, X equals 5. I go to 2. I don't know if this blue-green deck has flyers or not, but that's a lot of lands. So you're double black. +1. Alright, well, our hand was not very good, but we were clearly very ahead. Weren't that close to getting Recurring Nightmare, though, but we just had a lot of Wall of Blossoms. Okay. Another exciting game of Premodern. Alright, what do you do? So I can name Lizard. I don't think that's good. What does Gloom do? White spells cost 3 more. Activated abilities for white enchantments cost 3 more. Don't care about you. Graveborn Muse. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw X cards, lose X's number of zombies you control. I think that I'm the control deck here. Destroy all non-aura enchantments. Call the Herd. Maybe not good against blue-green. Hermit's probably good. Naturalize for blue-green I don't think is great either. Let's try Hermit. I'm going to take out the Scrying and then maybe trim a Duress. Graveyard Hate's fine against Logic. I don't know. Do I even want all these therapies? Could you just have more meat? Play more dudes. This is fine. Whatever. Alright. Sure. This is the one that says sack a land, destroy non-basic. Ravenous Rats is kind of bad against Madness, isn't it? Wall Blossoms is busted. This card's OP. Every card in this format just seems terrible, and then I get to play Wall of Omens. It rules. Alright, Careful Study. So solid start. Gonna be pretty good at doing all the Madness things. Discard a Root Wall of Roar the Worm. That is very good value. But I do have Deed. I have Deed and Duress to clean up the board. So maybe I want to wait. I think I can just play Rats. Like, yes, there's more Madness stuff that they could have, but I already discarded two pretty good ones. Alright, here we go. I don't have double black, but I don't have to Duress into Deed on the same turn. Ideally, I do, so I can't get like double counterspelled. Like, I want them to use their mana on a counterspell for the Duress and then stick the Deed. Okay, so I can block. They discard 2. I lose Wall, but with the Smother in hand, I can wait. I think I don't really care about 2. I don't really care about even taking 6 here. They can discard their hand if they want. Probably means this should attack 2, but okay. So you are 5 CMC, 4 trample. That is bad news. Duress. And then just Deed, and we can blow up the board next turn. Gush Logic. Alright, or you're just gonna have a Logic, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and just block. I could block the Arrogant Worm, I guess, but second wall. Let's go Dust Bowl, go. We'll block Arrogant Worm. And then we can kind of get a time walk by taking 2 and just blow up on end step. I think that's better. I have the Logic, so maybe it's not worth taking the 2, but Logic's gonna it's just a counter spell. It's 3-mana counter spell here. It's a ranged hermit. Let's play this. But I'd rather have. Let's play this. I'm probably gonna counter this. It just makes the logics really bad. Frantic Search. Okay. So Frantic Search into Logic is a nice turn. Also discarded an Arrogant Worm. They can't do both. Maybe... Oh, no, they can do both. Wow, that's disgusting. We just die? Ew. That's pretty damn good. Alright. Can't smother the worm. I can chump it with the wall and then hope that the range hermit can resolve. Damn, Madness deck's kind of nasty, isn't it? Alright. Well, that's nice. I get to use my mana. Not a bad deal. Extra smother, not great here, but could be good. There's the land drop. Makes it a little bit more likely my hermit lives. Oh yeah, of course. All right. That's fine. Nice. Let's go after this. Maybe I don't have to do it right away, but I don't want to have to jump the 6/6 and it could get countered. So if they attack, I should block with 4, I guess, in case. Oh, deep analysis? Oh my god, my opponent's drawing heat and I'm jealous. These cards are awesome. This deck looks sweet. This blue-green deck is very cool. Alright. One of my issues is how do I get through? Because, like, yeah, flash it back, draw 4 cards. Why not? Arrogant Worm is kind of good against my deck with all these smothers. Alright, let's go ahead and save our dude. What's going on here? Alright, here we go. I feel like we lost. I mean, they had some good top decks, but really powerful stuff. Gush, yeah. This card is sort of like the trump in the matchup, right? It's so awkward to deal with. It's good against Deed and Smother. It's a flash threat too. Beats all my creatures. I guess Baloth is sizes with it, but a pretty damn strong deck. Like, it doesn't seem like any terrible cards have been played. Maybe this one? The Madness Enabler. Yep. Okay, they're at 17. So I can sack Treetop to deal 8. Go to 9. I don't think I get to attack just yet. Maybe we top deck here. Yeah, I mean, this card's messed up. You may discard an island card and another card. Wow. I have Wonder now? Holy shit. Alright. I think we died. Alright. That was impressive. I mean, that is a a good showing of the Madness deck. That was really, really powerful. I do feel like being a noob in this format is probably really difficult, especially with cards like Therapy. Because I'm supposed to know what to name to break up all their different things, and you're probably supposed to take shots in the dark with it as well. But all right, not bad. I think we run it back. I don't know what removal spells there are to deal with the big things. Yeah, Ravenous Rats. This might just be a bad matchup as well. Ravenous Rats is kind of embarrassing. Alright, I'm going to get rid of the Wretch, even though it does seem like a good card in the format. I can't cast it, and the rest of my hand seems very good, so I want to keep all my things. So we'll see. If they tap up for a threat, I think I'll just get the Recurring Nightmare into play. Now I'm even in a spot where, like, if this mongrel gets pumped to kill my Wall of Blossoms, I'm not unhappy. I don't know if I'm at the point where I want to spend the mana with the Nightmare just yet, so I'm not going to block, but there's a Smother. Dress you. Logic and a bunch of trash. Okay, so I'm getting 4 forward. Yeah, you get your Counterspell Madness trigger. Fine by me. By rats, they discard the worm. Doesn't accomplish anything. Yep. You get a 4/4 that my deck can't ever kill. And I'll draw a card. Play my tap land. Alright, so we're in an okay spot. It is kind of annoying trying to figure out how to navigate this 4/4 all the time. Okay, so block here is chump. I think I go block. I can take 4. They want to double discard to kill the wall. That's fine. Top deck for Root Walla. That's pretty free play. And then what are they gonna do? They're just gonna play double threat, I think. There's nothing. Yeah. Rat, you discard. Or a Nightmare, get back wall. And then I have Smother for the Wild Mongrel. Bailout can trade with the 4. Alright, well, if they don't top deck like Deep Analysis, maybe we'll be fine. But they do have a lot of good draws. Like, even Frantic Search is going to get them closer. Frantic Search is a bit awkward from the spot where you like don't have cards already. So maybe they just have to draw Deep Analysis. This. This. And say go. One thing that is kind of exciting about this format, oh no, is that like the games go longer, so like you do have more opportunities to top deck things. It doesn't feel so swingy like Modern Magic. Alright, I'll just trade, I don't really care. Let's rat them. This is just to get a Madness card. They have to spike one here. They did not. Alright, rat comes out. And then I can play my Recurring Nightmare. Can gain 4 and then just sack Wall of Blossoms. Yes. And then now I'm set up next turn to sack my rat to get back Wall of Blossoms. I just have 6. Okay. So we've got a bit of an engine going. The question is, how far can we push it to get ahead of them drawing Deep Analysis? All right, they scoop. Maybe they didn't have to scoop right away, but okay, that was gonna do it. I think if they couldn't check the Deranged Hermit and I have Nightmare Hermit, that is just, I don't think the blue green deck can beat that. I mean, they probably have to draw Deep Analysis. I guess it's 4 mana and then they have to draw counter. So I think they were dead, but that was a pretty interesting matchup. That was a lot more exciting than the first one we played. So sweet. All right, that's Premodern. GG's. 2 pretty cool decks. I mean, I don't know much about this format, but I think I can recommend Blue Green Madness and Green Black Rock. I think both these decks are actually really cool. All right, moving on. We are trying some mono white. So this is just like mediocre beatdowns, I guess. I don't know what else to call it. It's just random white cards. We got Sword Splasher. That's a good card. All right, mold of 5. Glory Dew. Killer creatures gain protection, just in color till the end of turn. You're 5 mana. I think we'll just keep Savannah Lion's Eternal Dragon. I should have played the factory. It's my bad. All right, shitty 2-drop. Protectors from red. Silver Knight. Now, it looks like my opponent might be playing mono black, which is not red, I'll tell you that much, but it's a guy. It does beatdowns. We'll take it. So what? I can spend 5 mana and I get it back during my upkeep. We're already at 4 lands. I've got a disenchant for like a Phyrexian Arena. Okay. I assume this is dying as well, because that is first strike. A Spectre. Well, that's bad. Oh, Snuff Out. Damn, that's a good card. Wow. This format is really funny, because there are just some awful cards, and then there are just some nasty cards. Snuff Out is a banger. Alright, I lost my land. I lost another land. And I... well... Jesus Christ. Okay. Sure. I think I died? Maybe not. That was a decent draw. That was... I'm playing with a friend. He likes to joke, so I don't mind it. It probably says Lucky Dog, and it might have just bleeped it out. I don't really know. Lucker, yeah. He just bleeped it out. It makes it look way worse than it is, but they just said Lucker Dog. I'm dead. Mono Black deck's kind of clean, though, right? Withered Wretch seems decent against some of the decks. Solid mana. Get to play all the colorless lands. Shit. This is stupid. But we top decked our pro-black creature. So we're going to get beat down by this factory, but they need another edict. Alright, another 2-1. Oh, it can't block, right? Can't it not block? I think that's how Shadow works, right? This creature can block or be blocked only by creatures with Shadow. Alright, whatever. Get him for 2. It's fine. Shadow is a weird word. Oh, yeah, eat my graver. This doesn't do anything, right? I just did do. Alright, 4 for 4. We are ahead in the race, technically. If they do nothing. Win. It'd be very funny if we won this game. I guess we're actually dead in the race. I can just scoop. It's fine. If they knew about how Shadow worked. But I wouldn't be surprised if they just find something here and it's good enough. Alright. But it doesn't matter who wins or loses. Like I said, we're just messing around. I'm just saying I can scoop because I should be at 4. Okay. Doesn't matter. Fair enough. Alright. So mono black versus mono white. I have random pro red cards. We could probably board them out. Maybe I shouldn't though. Maybe I just need idiots to beat down. Right, pro black, you're good. Silver Knight. Pro red. You're still first strike. You're a tapper. Okay. Disenchant. I think they probably have Phyrexian Arena, right? So I think I want my disenchants. Wow, Anthem, Glory, Exalted Angel. Alright, Enlightened Tutor. Do I want this here? Orm's Chance, probably for combo. What is this? Basic lands. These player control have Shroud as long as the player have fewer lands. Sacred Ground. When a spell or ability an opponent... Okay, a lot of anti-land destruction stuff. Warmth. Whenever an opponent casts a red spell, gain 2. You have Shroud. Is that good against the black decks? I could try it. Artifacts and enchantment spells your opponent plus 2 more. Armageddon them? Doesn't seem good here. None of my cards seem good. Should I just not sideboard? I'm actually gonna worship removal. I'm gonna just try these True Believers in the dark. I genuinely don't know how good they're gonna be, but none of my sideboard cards seem that good. Maybe Armageddon's good on the play, but like they can just Dark Ritual Spectre me, right? I assume that Spectre does not target. I assume it just says... Uh-oh. Alright, we have Plow, so we're fine. Alright, rats. It's pretty good against Savannah Line. Still think I want to get Mother Runes active. So this gets to target itself, right? Funny. No attack? So I can trade Lions for Factory here. That's pretty reasonable. If they want to block with the rat, I will give Pro Black. If they had a removal spell right away, they would have jammed it on the mom. So it's sort of a gambit where like they could block and hope to top deck, but they don't know. I mean, maybe if they... Yeah, I mean, that would be the reason that they were blocking. Tap target creature and you're a morph. I guess it's funnier to morph it. I don't think it really is a cost. No, this was stupid. Ew, that is an ugly morph. What is that? Ew. I want to look at that. Masticore. What do you do? And I probably can't win. Beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this creature unless you discard a card. Oh no. That's pretty good. Alright, so I have a tapper. There's just 2 mana shoot my stuff. Okay, so I have Wasteland now. That's bad. This is colors only, right? That is so bad for me. So we can tap it. I guess they're not attacking anyway. So we just have to draw a plow. Okay, always lucky. Um, so Savannah Lions attacks. They block pro black. They have to ping it. I think this attack is fine for me. You ping Savannah Lions. I don't want to lose the mother runes. Like, it forces them to discard, but now I have mom protection. So very, very lucky to draw the plow. But that's what we needed. Maybe this is a matchup where you do want extra disenchant effects. I don't know how popular this card is, but seems problematic. Spectre, okay. Alright, I don't know if this does... Oh, this is a creature. I didn't even notice that. Okay, I'm an embarrassment. Attack, attack, attack. Alright, take 6, go. Human, human, human. If they have Plague Engineer, it's something like that. Engineered Plague, whatever it's called. That's going to make my life awful. I feel like if we win this one, we're definitely getting away with something. Alright, well that checks another Masticore. Let's just... Do I want to get that into play? Yeah, let's just shove. Who cares? Not that. At this point, I'm not that concerned about my mother runes dying. And I need to maximize pressure. I messed up. I should just let damage happen here. I think it was like pretty clear this is what was happening. Okay. Impatience by me. Sorry. Not the biggest deal, though. Oh, they actually went after the mother runes. I still am just supposed to let it happen. Sure. Well, I have seal, so. Boop. All right, well, we got it. That was so lucky. Like, that was so lucky. That matchup has to be really bad, right? But I'm like Masticore and Plague, all that stuff. All right, sweet. Another kind of cool match. GG's. Here's the deck. Those who either want to see it, but you can obviously just go back and check it during sideboarding. All right. Third match, I think, maybe? Is the third, fourth? I don't know. I can't keep track. All right, we're playing black-white control. That's what it's labeled as. This deck looks sweet. We got Decree of Justice, removal spells, Skeletal Shrine, Exalted Angel. This deck is nice. Hand seems pretty damn good, too. I need lands, obviously, but even using the Skeletal Shrine as a 3-mana draw, too, is fine. Fine by me. Okay. Fading 5, remove fading counter, exile target land, enchantment leaves the battlefield. Okay. Each other non-aura enchantment is a creature. Okay. Replenish. Return all enchantments or go to the battlefield. Field of cleansing. Guess, I assume it's a replenish deck. I'm just going to take replenish. Maybe their deck has like careful study and stuff like that in it. Not that worried about the seal right now. That's a really good draw. This deck is nice. I like the black white deck. A fan. Alright, so plane cycling, discard it for 2, get a planes, play a land. So decree cycles for 3, and then I get 1/1 soldiers. Just do beatdowns, I think. I think I'm just gonna try to flip this and clock them. Ancient Tomb's legal. Holy shit. That's a good card. Parallax Wave. Okay. Well. Bye. I just want to draw 2 here. I can cycle for 1. Maybe that's not worth though. Yeah, no, it's fine. I think we cycle for 1 and then scrying for 3 is the ideal situation. There's some combo where I don't get my guy back. When it leaves, I get it back. Maybe if you, I don't know. I don't know all the fancy tricks. Okay, isn't this awful if I have plow? I could sack their seal to not make their guy a thing? Wait, why did it come back? Wait, what? What just happened? This creature leaves the battle. Each player returns all cards. Oh, shit. So this can just... Ew. So it's just unkillable, I guess, kind of. Alright, let's see if we can win still. What do I need? I just need a disenchant? I guess it gained me life. That's nasty, so... Remove a fade counter for this enchantment, exile target creature. So now that it's a creature... Ew. Okay, we're learning. So decree can make, what, a 4/4? This is infinite, so as long as you have these together, this never goes away because it resets the counters. And it also means that you can just eat every single creature I make. I can't plow it, so I have to have a disenchant here. Let's take a shit ton of damage. And then hopefully there's a disenchant in our deck. Uh-oh. So I could have duress. I mean, whatever I duress, the replenish gets it back. So this is just, yeah, this is pretty damn difficult to beat. I could have discarded just an enchantment. I'm dead, right? So this says remove a fade counter, exile target land, leaves the battlefield. Each player, and then this can eat this, and then blink itself. So every turn, I'm just gonna lose like 3 lands. Wow. This deck feels like it's a whole different ballgame. Wow. That is rough. Okay, so I think the way that this is going to work is they can just... This goes to 1. This goes to 2, eats this. Goes to 1, eats itself, reset. So yeah, I mean, this is just like all the locks, I assume. I don't know shit about this format. I think we're learning in real time. This is nasty. All right, maybe my mid-range sorcery speed black-white deck is not good against this. Okay, so Furnace is Graveyard Hate. Plague probably doesn't matter. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell. His controller gains life equal... Okay, sure. It's a weird card. White counterspell. Alright, I want the seals, the disenchants, protection from red. Okay. Alright. What do I... Does Plow do anything? I don't know... I don't know the game state where Plow is going to be good. They might have some random creatures that make it the case. Wrath of God. The Wrath of God does stop that combo. No matter what, it has to be in play as a creature. Kind of embarrassing to have Wrath of God against a Replenish deck, though. I'm not sure if it's right or not. We'll just have 1. I cut a Bane. Cut an Eternal Dragon. Just cut all the Banes. Okay. That's crazy. That's pretty impressive stuff. So I guess... I mean, there's probably other combos going on with that deck that I don't understand, but I'm sure people that played Magic back then knew exactly what was happening before it happened. I don't think I want a one-lander with this. That's fine. I will get rid of Furnace. I think I'm just gonna have one Exalted Angel. Well, tempting. I don't have the white anyway. Alright, blow up your land. Seems to be a thing that's gonna happen a lot in this format. Yeah, Ancient Tomb's a hell of a card. I don't know. That's the thing that's scary from this spot. Like, they don't have too much going on, but they could just Ancient Tomb, play 4 this turn. All that jazz. What do you do? Return this enchantment to its owner's hands, draw 3 cards, then discard 4 cards. That's a strong card. I guess you can do that at any speed. Not just sorcery. Alright. Alright, beatdowns. So this is kind of it. If they deal with this Exalted Angel, I don't have much going on. I've got a Disenchant. I've got some Graveyard Hate. They have their own Disenchant now. Not that concerned about it. Alright. Turn off auto yields. Attack you. kind of staring at each other. I assume that's how a lot of the games go. So we're 3-turn clock, but they have this sort of explosive card draw thingy. I guess, I messed up, right? I could have sealed here. Yeah, okay, so what I was supposed to do is seal, force this activation. I don't know. And then I have the graveyard effect after this resolves. Because now he just gets to do this and then replenish, and I'm sad. Whereas at least with the seal line, it's arguably just better to do anyway, pre the cards being drawn. Yep. So what? I could have nabbed this opalescence. And then I just have to beat all this other bullshit, but it's not pressure. Frantic Search, sure. So maybe they don't have the replenish just yet. Yeah, okay. We're dead, right? Wow. Yep. So now I can't kill any of their stuff. What if I draw... I mean, yeah, they're just killing all my lands. Alright, that's pretty nasty. Alright. GG's. Yeah, we're very dead. That deck is crazy. Maybe it's just a little bit fragile to graveyard hate, but not bad. GG's. Alright, final match. We are playing red-green. I think this is the final match. Maybe we'll do more. I'm not actually sure. This is match 5, I think. We're trying out some red-green goblins. We got Goblin King. We've got Mog Fanatic. We've got other assortment of goblin things. Rashadan Ports and Wastelands. Alright, get you for one. Cabal Therapy. What would they even name? I don't know. I don't know what I would name. I don't know the good goblins. Lackey. But that would have been cast. What was named? War Chief. Okay, that's pretty reasonable. And then I just top deck Matron like a god. What am I even getting though? We're at 4 mana. Is there any 4 drops? No. What does Sharpshooter do? Pretty good. Ringleader's solid. I'll probably get Ringleader. Guess there are 4s. Get another Matron if I want to just grind, but I think we'll just get Ringleader and play for top deck. I have Cabal Therapy though. Top deck land. I guess if they're not nabbing, they can get 2 Bog Fanatics or they can get a ring. Oh, I could. Oh, I messed up. So I was supposed to just ping this in response and save my guy, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, I shouldn't be getting Cabal Therapy here because since this has like no, if this didn't have a trigger, then my opponent would have priority to pay costs. But since it has a trigger, I get to respond to shoot this sack for the therapy and save my ringleader. It's not that big of a deal either way, but what I should have done. I should leave up Wasteland, but I think it'll matter. So yeah, if I did that, I would be resolving Ringleader right now, and I think that would put me really ahead of the black deck. But I messed up. Whatever. They're naturalized, you say. Alright, well, let's chip away. I don't know what I would name from their spot. Probably Siege Gang? Mog Fanatic. Okay, I just played the one. Alright, you're at 8. Oh, wait, no, you're not. Do I want to trade the board? Have stop. Turn off auto yields. Back. I think you're supposed to animate this to force the port so you don't get ported on my turn, but I have the Wasteland anyway. Yeah. What am I talking about? The Wasteland makes it not matter. Oh, well, it looks like we're both flooding a bit, but I've got damage coming across. Passport you. It doesn't matter. I can't imagine they have 5 mana cards in their deck. Their hand might just be like Dark Rituals and lands. Spectre, okay. I want to trade the board. I don't really care if the Spectre hits me. I think that means I don't want to trade the board. I assume there's more Goblin Kings type effects in the deck. I'm not going to port. I just don't care. Should have played the land, actually. Because I don't want it to get discarded. If I draw Siege Gang, I'll be happy enough either way, but I think I would rather just... Like, if the land gets hit and I top deck another land, I would like to have 2 lands. Or the spot in which I draw a Siege Gang. Alright. So now we're the one getting chipped down. Yeah, I wish I would have played that land. Okay. Well, that is not a beatable card. That was a sad game. We just drew horrendously badly. If I don't mess up and I just keep the ringleader, that game is probably pretty easy to run away with. But it's okay. So mono black, I guess the naturalizes are probably actually decent. They kill Masticore and Phyrexian Arena. Destroy target artifact. That artifact deals damage equal to its mana value to this creature. It's my only way to deal Masticore. Maybe I want these, I don't know. I'm going to take out 1 naturalize and just put this in, I think. Seems good enough. I will admit, like, so far from what I can tell about the sideboards, like, I kind of hate how sideboard cards are designed in this era of Magic, where you just have cards that are like, yeah, this is good against white, and this is good against blue, and this is good against red. And it's like, that's lame. They're just, like, heavy hitting aggressively. anti whatever specific color. All right, Mog Fanatic, your go. Pile Driver is a very good beatdown card. They are playing black, so they can probably just kill it. But maybe I get to run away with a curve of goblins. So they could say Chieftain, they could say Matron, they could say Pile Driver. They went with Matron. I think that's fair. I forgot Pile Driver was in this deck. This card is disgusting. Like, if it does its thing, it is nasty. All right, well, it's not very good against that. Oh, I have this, though. My bad. All right, you get +0 each other attacking goblin. Downs. We got Pro Blue and Mountain Walking against the Mono Black deck. But there's a lot of damage. Damn it. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. Snuff Out is a messed up card. Just 0 mana removal spell. That is very powerful. I cannot believe. Okay. All right. All right. This is one of those cards I was talking about where it's just a very heavy-handed effect. GG's. All right, I think I'm gonna call the video there, but you know, we've got the Daybreak accounts. I had a friend that was willing to play with me. Wanted to show off some of the stuff in Premodern. I'll try to leave a link to just Premodern decks if you guys want to look at different things. Like that's where I got all my decks from. So there's a lot of different ways to build things. I don't know how optimal these decks are or are not. But it's a cool sort of peek into old Magic. It's nice to play, to have this sort of different gameplay. There's pros and cons either way, but I could see why it's appealing to certain people. I think the standouts to me were the green-black deck and the blue-green Madness deck. I thought that matchup and those decks were really cool. I enjoyed those. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. I know it's something different than what I normally do. Normally I do Standard and Pioneer, but maybe it's a good thing to sort of branch out. Because those formats have been coming up short for me recently, and yeah, this is a nice break from them. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Feel free to hit subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And either way, I will see you in the next one. Peace.